Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications and like this video to follow the journey for home education with Mama Dizzle. Hi guys, Mama Dizzle here. How are you all? I hope you're all doing well. Today's video, I just want to go through some of the different home education and homeschooling styles that are out there, because when we first started I was blown away. Structured homeschooling, semi-structured homeschooling, studies, unschooling, eclectic homeschooling, Montessori. What is deschooling? Structured homeschooling. Basically put, structured homeschooling is recreating an environment similar to that of a school. It's following timetables, having structure, following a curriculum or a set of textbooks. Many who choose structured homeschooling will have a timetable and stick to it. It'll be a daily or weekly plan, and some may cover several subjects in a day, or some may cover one subject per day, and that's block scheduling. This can be really positive for children who need that structure for their daily lives. They may plan one day a week or more where they have days out, where they go to museums, they go on field trips, but generally an area for structured learning will be set up in the house. That may be a spare room that's turned into an office, like a school classroom. It may be the kitchen table, but there will generally be an area that is used. Semi-structured homeschooling. Now, as you can imagine, this is similar to structured homeschooling, but with a bit more flexibility. For example, you may have the mornings set out for structured work that is timetabled. For example, an hour for English, an hour for maths. And then you may have the afternoon that's set out as free choice, where it's child-led education and they decide what activities it is that they want to do for the afternoons. And of course, it doesn't have to be that way round. If your children work better in the afternoon, you may wish to choose your afternoons for the set structured work and the mornings for the free choice. This is all entirely up to you. Unit studies. Unit studies will choose one topic or theme to cover multiple subjects. This can be anything from a historical event to a modern event, or even a popular TV programme or something that your child is interested in. I find letting the child choose the topic or the theme is really good for keeping their enthusiasm. You can help them decide something that will be relevant and that will have lots to incorporate into it. But if it's something that they enjoy, then they're going to learn more. You may wish to keep the direct learning for maths and English and even science, or you could just incorporate them into the theme or the topic. Again, it completely depends on what works for you and your child. Unit studies allows for a lot more hands-on approach. You can do more creative activities. You can do more art and music, but have it all rolled into one topic. Unschooling. While unschooling might sound exciting for some and scary for others, you'll find that if you ask parents what unschooling means to them, you will get a variety of responses. It looks completely different for each family that goes about it this way. Putting it into simple terms, unschooling simply means that the learning is child-led and the adult is simply there to facilitate. This doesn't mean that your children will not be learning and that they will sit playing computer games all day every day. You facilitate their learning and encourage them. Children are naturally curious and inquisitive, and if you are there to help them along the way and to help them enjoy their learning, then this could be very beneficial. Unschooling doesn't necessarily mean no structured learning. A lot of parents who unschool their children will still enrol them on courses, take them to groups and have set learning, but as I mentioned, this is child-led, so it will be something that the child is interested in and that they're wanting to do more of. To summarise unschooling in 3 words, I would use listen, encourage and facilitate. Relaxed or eclectic homeschooling. While this method may still use curriculum packages and textbooks, it will do so at a much more relaxed pace. You will still choose to do structured work. However, you may not do it every day, you may not follow a structured timetable. This allows for more hands-on experiences, so it's more child-led but with some structure in place. I would say it's a mixture between unschooling and semi-structured. Montessori. This is great for parents who are homeschooling more than one child, especially if there's an age gap between the children. If you've got several children at different ages, this can be really useful and helpful for you. Usually children who are following a Montessori education will attend a Montessori school that is run by trained teachers. However, it is simply a holistic education, so this means that many of its ideologies can be incorporated into the home. This again is a child-led method, however it uses a range of well thought out structured activities that are left for the child to choose to do. With a carefully thought out and stimulating environment, the children will work in uninterrupted blocks of time, usually 3 hours. This allows children to explore freedom within limits. Children will be encouraged to use real tools rather than toys, many of which will be made from natural resources. For example, real cooking in the kitchen with you, not just playing with a plastic kitchen. Making things out of wood, weaving baskets, hammering in nails with supervision. And there will usually be different stations set up to facilitate all this. Road schooling or world schooling. Now this is something that many of us could only dream about doing. Packing up your house, buying a bus and travelling the world. Who wouldn't want to do that? It allows you to incorporate landmarks into their education. Why not go and see the Great Wall of China, the pyramids, the Grand Canyon? See them with your eyes, feel them with your hands, smell them for yourself, rather than just watching them on a TV screen. This not only gives them the chance to experience these places firsthand, but it gives them an excellent sense of cultural differences. You can incorporate so much into this method, and if I won the lottery tonight, I would do it. If you do get a chance to do this, please get in touch, let us know how it's going, send us some pictures, that'd be fantastic. Also, leave us a comment. If you did win the lottery tomorrow and you decided to go, where would be the first place that you took your children? Mine would probably be the Galapagos Islands to go see the penguins. I love them. And finally, deschooling. Now this for me is a really interesting one and it makes a lot of sense. So the term created by a guy called Ivan Illich, and it is basically a transitional period between structured government state school and homeschooling. So when your child has attended school, especially if they've had a negative experience while at school, they can often bring that negative stigma into the home environment. The children have already learnt how the education system works, and a lot of the time they've been institutionalised, and that's then what they expect it to be like when they're working from home. They need time to reflect and adapt and get used to the fact that they're no longer in that system. They can really find themselves, and this period can be so beneficial for children who've had a tough time at school. So the way deschooling works is a time of nothing. So the idea is that it is 1 month for every year that your child has been in a state school. Now this can vary and that might seem like a long time, especially if you've got older children. So you take the time that you need if you decide you want to have a bit of a transitional period of deschooling. During this time, have lots of conversations, talk to them, let them find who they are, let them explore, let them sleep, let them be. When they're ready to start learning, it'll be so much better for them. Now, just before I go, because I've got the window fitters turning up in a minute, I just wanted to remind you that every child is different and home education should be fluid. You can choose one of these methods if they work for you, or you can pick bits out of each of them. No two home education looks the same. It will also change over time as your children grow and learn. So have a try, have a play around with the different methods, see what works well for you and your daily life. We're taking a week off this week because, as I said, we've got the window fitters in. So we've been doing lots of art, baking, exciting things that don't need too much concentration. Now I'm going to go and get the kettle on, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.